Right, so what I've done is I've labelled here so that you know the overall measurement, the outside dimensions of the entire build go on the top line, the walls go on the middle line, and the windows and doors sit on the first line away from the building. So all the guidelines are there, and let's have a look. Now, to remove the guidelines, you just go Control semicolon, and they're gone. If you want to return them, you can. So here, these markers here, they represent the door, and the window is represented up here on the first line. Then on the next line, we have these two inside lines represent the perch here, and these two lines represent the circle for the dowel that the birdhouse sits on. And then these ones here represent the walls of the building. So just make sure that you get those in the right order. You can copy and paste these little projection lines and move them where you need to. Just zoom in to make sure that they're properly centered, and always make sure that you've got the forward facing angle on a 45-degree angle. So when you've got all that, then you're going to add the measurements on there. So with the type tool, you're going to select the T tool, click on the background, and now with this, there are conventions with this as well. It has to be 2 millimeters high text, which is quite small. If you don't have millimeters, if you have point, then you have to go to Edit and down to Preferences and across to Guides and Grids, Units, and change the type to millimeters instead of point. Usually you'd have point when you're working with text and you're typing away, but in this instance, you change it to millimeters. Okay, so then click on OK. Zoom in. We want to have a sans serif font, very plain and simple. Every measurement needs to be centered on that line and sitting just above it. We don't type in millimeters because everything is in millimeters, and that's a given. So we just type in 150 because we know that the overall dimension is 150. Then we can copy and paste, and we know that the wall thickness is 9. So we can type in that. And so all of these lines, all of these measurements, you have to put in between all of the convention lines the measurement, and they all have to add up to 150. So that's a good thing to check when you put in all your measurements, that they do all add up to 150. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and you can do the same.